A countdown timer on a website once cost a man $4,000 he didn't have. He saw a flight deal. Sale ends in 9 minutes 58 seconds. His hands got sweaty, he bought it. 2 days later, the exact same flight appeared for $300 less. Same airline, same seat. The countdown had reset itself. This isn't a one-off scam story. It's happening to you right now in ways you've never noticed. There's a hidden trick built into almost every limited time offer you've ever seen, and once you understand how it works, you'll never shop the same way again. Here's what's at stake. The average person overspends by hundreds of dollars every year because of one psychological trap. Not because they're careless, not because they're bad with money, because their brain was hijacked on purpose by people who study human behavior for a living. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how this trap works, why even smart, careful people fall for it, and the one habit the wealthy use to avoid it completely. Stay until the end, because the final example will change how you see every sale banner for the rest of your life. Let's start with the feeling. You know it. That tight, urgent pull in your chest when you see only 2 left in stock or offer ends tonight. That feeling isn't random. It has a name. Scarcity panic. And it was engineered. Back in the 1970s, researchers ran a simple experiment. They gave people identical cookies. One jar was full. The other had just 2 cookies left. People rated the nearly empty jar's cookies as tastier. Same cookies, same taste. The only difference was scarcity. Your brain doesn't calculate value logically. It calculates value based on how much something seems like it's about to disappear. Now here's the part nobody tells you. Companies don't just notice this instinct. They manufacture it. That countdown timer on your screen, many of them are coded to restart every time you refresh the page, or every time a new visitor lands on the site. There is no clock ticking toward a real deadline. There's a function generating fake urgency, designed to make your brain panic on command. And once your brain panics, something strange happens to your decision-making. When researchers study the brain under perceived scarcity, they find something called tunnel vision. Your focus narrows. You stop comparing prices. You stop asking, do I actually need this? You only ask one question, how do I get this before it's gone? That single question is worth billions of dollars to retailers every year. Think about the last time you bought something during a flash sale. Did you compare it to other options? Did you check if you'd even use it in 6 months? Most people don't. Because urgency isn't designed to help you decide. It's designed to stop you from deciding at all. Here's where it gets more uncomfortable. This isn't just happening on shopping websites, it's happening with your salary, your bills, your everyday spending, and almost nobody connects the dots. Picture a woman in London. She makes a decent income, around $3,400 a month. She's not reckless, she pays her rent on time, never misses a bill. But every few weeks, she sees an app notification. Flash sale ends in 3 hours. She buys a $90 jacket she didn't plan for, a $40 skincare set she needed, a $60 pair of shoes because the discount code expired at midnight. None of these purchases feel big in the moment. That's the trap. Limited time offers are engineered to feel small individually, so you never notice the pattern. By the end of the year, she spent over $1,200 on things she can't even remember buying. That's not a spending problem. That's 1,000 tiny, manufactured emergencies stacked one on top of another. Now compare that to how wealthy, financially secure people behave, and the contrast is almost shocking. Wealthy individuals rarely make purchases under pressure. Not because they have more self-control than everyone else, but because they've built one specific habit most people never learn, the 2-4-hour rule. If something isn't an emergency, they wait 1 full day before buying it. No exceptions. Not because they don't like deals, because urgency reveals itself within 24 hours. If the deal was fake, it usually disappears or reappears. If it was real, it'll still be there. This single habit blocks almost every manufactured urgency trick ever invented. Flash sales, countdown timers, only 3 left warnings. None of them survive a 2-4-hour delay because real scarcity doesn't need a timer. Manufactured scarcity does. But here's the twist almost nobody talks about. Limited time offers aren't just selling products, they're selling a feeling, the feeling of almost missing out. And feelings, unlike facts, don't disappear when the sale ends. They linger. They build a habit loop in your brain that makes the next limited time offer feel even more urgent than the last one. This is why some people don't just overspend once. They overspend repeatedly, chasing the same emotional rush without realizing they're doing it. There's a man in Toronto, mid-30s, who described his spending pattern this way without even knowing the psychology behind it. He said every payday felt like a countdown to something I had to buy before it disappeared. He wasn't talking about one product. He was talking about a feeling he'd been trained to chase for years. By the time he tracked his spending properly, he found he'd spent over $3,000 in a single year on deals he barely remembered using. So if this trick is everywhere, how do you actually spot it before it gets you? There are 3 signals, and once you know them, you'll start seeing them everywhere. First, pressure without proof. If a website claims something is almost sold out but won't show you real numbers, that's manufactured urgency. Real low stock is rare. Constant low stock, every single day, on every single product, is theatre. Second, recurring limited deals. If the same one-time sale shows up again next month and the month after that, it was never limited. It was a permanent price wearing a costume. Third, and this is the one almost nobody notices, emotional relief after buying. If you feel a wave of relief the moment you click Buy Now, not happiness about the product, but relief that you made it in time, that's the clearest sign you are responding to manufactured panic, not genuine desire. This is the hidden truth most people never learn. Limited time offers don't sell urgency because urgency is real. They sell urgency because urgency is profitable. Every fake countdown, every almost gone banner, every flashing red today only tag exists because it works on the human brain at a level most people never question. But here's the hopeful part, the part that changes everything once you see it. The moment you recognize the pattern, it loses its power over you. You can't be manipulated by a trick you can see clearly. The countdown timer becomes just a timer. The only 2 left warning becomes just words on a screen, and the panic in your chest becomes a signal to pause, not a signal to buy. That single 2-4 hour pause, used consistently, can save the average person hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars a year, not through extreme discipline, not through giving up things you enjoy, just through refusing to let a fake clock make your decisions for you. The next time you feel that urgent pull, that tight panicked, I have to decide right now, feeling, ask yourself one question. Is this deadline real? Or was it built specifically to stop me from thinking? Because once you start asking that question, you stop being a target, and you start being the person who decides on their own terms every single time. So here's what I want to know. Think about the last thing you bought because a timer was running out. Would you still buy it today with no clock attached? Tell me in the comments. You might be surprised by your own answer.